Hi Vijay, welcome back to Tam Predicts. Let's see what are Tam Predicts White Magic spells. What are your messages? What all you need to know? And what all I can tell you. I am using the Love Oracle cards just to see the situation, the current feelings, or what's the energy of the collective. Remember, this is a general reading. Seems peace, heart, red beating heart. Look at this maroon. I'm also wearing the same color. Maroon is important for you. Heart pendant. I don't know why, but I'm getting a heart pendant. When you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you have shared with those that you love. Nothing, you know what the bigger message is? That if you're fighting, stop fighting. This is the moment. You got to live in the moment. You're not going to carry anything when you pass away. That's a bigger, such a, I think one of you would need this message. And when you pass from this world, you take nothing with you. So it's right now living in the moment. Okay. That's the most important message that I can give you right now. And it's just the memories that you share with the loved ones. They remain here, nothing else. And you take nothing. So all these fights, all these, not talking to each other or egos, everything all remains here. Nothing is, after some time you'll feel, why did we fight? We lost time, we didn't live in the moment and didn't enjoy it with your loved ones. So if this is your message that you guys are holding, grudges against each other, or there's ego coming into play, you guys are not talking to each other, whatever's coming into play, nothing matters at the end. You got to talk, communicate, and and just take, you should make best memories. Look at this. I'm telling you, forgiveness. Like maybe you have to forgive someone or they have to forgive you, because I feel right now you are fighting. It says stop focusing on past events. So you could be bringing your fights in. That's why the first message was so profound. It is so deep that it's very important to understand that keep egos aside. Maybe there is a way out, or you both can give clarity to each other with proper communication. You can talk, and very, very important to forgive and focus on things right now that are going wrong. Don't drag past things into this, because life, it's too precious to waste. It is so beautiful. If you are meant to be together, why not talk to each other and decide what you want to do. And it says whatever you dream and imagine will become your reality. So manifest the right thing. Stop being too negative and create your reality, and dream big and imagine the best, whatever you can. The power is in your hand. So forgive the person if they are at all for fault. Hall something to do with the hall. What's with the hall? Sexual union. Honor the place in one another where you are one eternal soul, for there you will find true bliss. Wow, first time a card like this. Maybe you're really attracted to each other. There's a union coming. Maybe you're going to spend a night together. They're going to ask you out. But definitely live in the moment right now. Maybe, you got to forget your past mistakes. And this is such a good relationship, a very beautiful relationship. And this is honor the place you are with each other. This is beautiful. This is it. It is the most, make it the most beautiful relationship, okay? Whatever, however you can. And forgive each other or recognize each other's negatives and try to see the best in them. What are the best things in them? And they should also do the same. Such a beautiful deep reading. It's a very different reading today. Maybe you guys needed this. Let me know. Write a yes if you needed this. I'll know that this message of forgiveness or keeping ego aside was specially meant for you guys. Okay. Yeah, see, thinking about each other. You're thinking about each other. You want to let go of things. You don't want to fight. You want to speak to each other. But who's going to make the first move? Maybe that's the biggest, thing, that who's going to make the first move. That might not last for long. The light, I didn't charge it. But anyway, thinking about each other. You got to keep the ego aside, because you both are behaving like cold behavior towards each other. There's so much warmth inside. Like you can see pentacles. You value each other. There's so much you want to talk about. You want to talk about the future. You want to be with each other together. But something is separating you. It's your ego or whatever it is. You're not forgiving each other. Whenever you try to talk, it becomes another fight. Or whenever you try to talk, you, instead of solving it, the fight becomes bigger. You start focusing on the past events of what went wrong, instead of focusing on what went wrong recently. I think that's a bigger message there, okay? And forgiveness, keep the ego aside. Both of you, both are dying to talk to each other. You both are thinking about each other. But look at the cards. Both are not responding to each other. Maybe if they message, they think that I should be the first one. I'll message, and they message and you don't respond. Maybe you're very angry about something, and the same thing happens when you message them, they don't respond, and it's kind of become like a play. It's just making it bigger. The whole thing is snowballing into something bigger. And snow, maybe wherever you are there is snow. I said snowballing, or I said snow, feeling cold, though you have a lot of love for each other. And maybe that's the most important message in the beginning, that this is the moment, live it now. Because once you lose each other, I mean, what will you carry? There's nothing to carry, except good memories of each other, probably in the soul, which gets, somewhere embedded in the soul somewhere, and that's what you're going to carry. So forgive each other, because you're behaving the same way with each other. If they offer you something, or they try to talk, you quiet, you'll just saying things in 2-3 words instead of diffusing the situation. It's like you're not happy, you don't want to talk, and they also then step back, or probably you doing that, or they're doing that. Both of you could be just mirroring each other, and you want to talk, but the moment you talk about the wrong things. Like instead of talking about how you can douse the fire or whatever's happening, you miss each other. You talk about them to others. You miss them. They're in your thoughts always, wherever you are. It's like 24 hours. You're just thinking, how can we get back together? They're thinking the same. But when the time comes to be back together, or there is a channel that opens up, or a door opens up, to communicate, or the situation becomes such, but you don't take advantage of that situation. You just kind of keep, fighting with each other. And it's like you want to listen to them, they you want them to listen to you, and they're doing the same. Both. I think if you have a common friend, it'd be good, or sitting across the table, just both of you, and saying, okay, we will not talk about the past, or we want to, we'll not repeat the past mistakes. We love each other, and I think it's time we reconcile and stop fighting like kids. Knight of Cups. Yeah, they want to make an offer. They will make an offer. If they're in the wrong, they will make an offer. Right now you both were very practical. The sword is up, like fighting with each other, just thinking, overthinking, making scenarios in your head, scenarios that scenes that were not even there, you making it so big. Maybe everything is in the head. Hangman, maybe both of you were not before this. Before this, you were not moving. Look at this. After this is the Wheel of Fortune. You both probably were not taking any action. You both were just sitting and watching each other, following each other, what you're doing, what you're not doing, on social media, keeping a tab on social media, but that's not helping. You're not even reaching out. They're not reaching out. But you know what you both are doing. So I just saw 808. Maybe that's important. 8 is 16 also. 16 is number 7. That's we got in Time Predicts also. Hangman comes reversed. Hangman says, at least talk to each other with the Wheel of Fortune. You guys have a soul connection. You were together in the past. You've been together in the past lives. You've got the Magician card under it. What are you thinking? Every time there is work going on around the house, somewhere in the condo. Past connection, past lives. You guys have been together. Yeah, look at this. Sorry guys for the sound. It's just, take it as background noise, okay? Wheel of Fortune, important. Things to change fast. One of you has to move. They'll move, you move. There has to be movement, guys, and there will be. Maybe there was inaction from both sides, sabotaging your relationship. You both are really good at sabotaging your relationship. You've done that, and you promise that we'll never fight again. Look, we mean so much to each other. What do we do? Spirit guides, please give me a few more messages. Spirit guides, please give me a few more messages. Distance between you two needs to be covered. Look at this distance. You could be away from each other. You could also be away physically, also mentally anyway. Emotionally, you've distanced yourself from each other, but you still think about each other. That's not helping. You're trying to think, this, I wouldn't be bothered about their thoughts, or their thoughts don't bother me anymore. I don't think about them, but that's not happening. You might be dreaming of them, they might be dreaming of you. Look, I said 8 is important. Look at this. 8, fast change. Fast change is required in this situation. Something has to move very, very fast, swiftly, speed, unexpected. Change is the most important thing. There has to be a change, a shift in the situation, either shift in your thinking, their point of view, some kind of a thinking. One of you has to move very fast, okay? Because either you have to forgive, somebody has to write sorry, or make the first move, okay? Don't have to feel small if you're the first one doing this. But this relationship needs to be saved, because you both take a step and then take a step back. You take a step forward and you take a step back. I saw water sign. Maybe you're a water sign, they're a water sign. Emotional for each other. Again, I told you water sign, and that's what's come out after the shuffle. Maybe the feelings are really rising, and it's like, suddenly then it's impulsive. I have to say a sorry, can't hold back. They saw you, probably on social media, or you saw them and you're like, maybe I'll say a sorry. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The relationship is more important. We are not, we make the relationship. It's really important. I was going to say I will call you, but it's written will call you. I will call you. Yep, one of you has to take that step forward. Peace. You need peace in this relationship. Nothing else. Peace. Summertime, maybe something to do with summer. Maybe you were born in summer, they were born in summer. Something you met in summer, around summertime. You know the answer. Maybe you know the answer, who's going to make the first move, or that they are going to call you, or whatever. That's what you feel. Air sign. So water sign, air sign. You could be an air sign. You could be dealing with an air sign. The wings, angels protecting you. Together forever. This is the result. You got to be together. I'm telling you, you can't be separated, but you are self-sabotaging your relationship. Both of you are killing your relationship. I mean, how sad is that? Luck. Could be a lucky day. I mean, things get better today. I saw 12. 12 is 3 also. Could be a lucky day. Now they need to be better. Now it should be resolving it. Oh my God. Look at this. 888. I said symphony. Maybe you play the piano, they play the piano, they like music, you like music. Infinity. Love for each other. Never dies. 888. It's beautiful, guys. Maybe 8 hours, next 8 to 18 hours, you'll get the call, 8 minutes, or it will add up to 8. Something to do with 8 has to be there, okay? And I picked this up and it says lovers. Lovers, I miss you. Okay, lovers, I miss you. Flowers, you got a lot of flowers, summertime, maybe you're going to receive flowers. Special flowers or something, flowers, or maybe they make an emoji, they send an emoji. Look at this, you're my lucky charm. Yeah, you love each other. You I don't know if you love your ego more, but you guys love each other. This is such a past life connection. You guys need to be together, but you got to solve it. You got to forgive each other and move forward. Yeah. So take care, guys, and I'll be back another reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.